I'm Erin with Best Life Physical Therapy, and today we're going to talk about how to address migraine headache, or we could even use this to address headaches that aren't classified as migraines, but they are felt in this part of the head, right here, this part of the head back here behind your neck, or even in places like here, this part. So associated with this is a photo of, it's not actually a photo, it's a picture of myofascial trigger points. And these are points that are in the muscles of the sternocleidomastoid muscle right here, or even scalene muscles right here, or the upper trap muscle. So what I'd like you to do is take a look at the picture associated with this on your on the exercise and see where your headache is. So if you notice the headache is up here, then we're going to go to this muscle here, and you notice the black X's along this muscle right here. So we know that we don't need to address this. This is referred pain. Anywhere we feel the headache up here is actually referring from these muscles here. So what we'll do to begin this technique is do our basic and our salamander technique first. So you're going to place your hands behind your head, and you're going to go ahead and look to the left, and you're going to wait for a sigh, yawn, or swallow. And then after you get one of those signs, you'll look to the right, and you'll wait for a sigh, yawn, or swallow there. And then you'll side bend, and then you'll look to the opposite side. So if you're side bending left, you'll look to the right, and our eye muscles are connected to the muscles in our neck. We have described this in some other videos, but I just want you to know that before you start working on these muscles in your neck that are causing your headache, we're going to do the basic and the salamander first in an attempt to get the parasympathetic nervous system to be primary for you again. Then I would recommend doing the twist and turn. So that's this exercise here, this, and then overhead. And that's going to balance out the tensions between the upper, middle, and lower traps. So now that we have the vagus nerve and ventral vagus function, and we've normalized the tensions between the upper, middle, and lower traps, we're going to go ahead and identify where those X's are that are causing our headache. So if the headache's above here, we know we're going to go to the, refer to your picture, and you're going to try to find in that muscle, so give that muscle a little pinch, and if you have some tenderness in that muscle, then this is the location that we'll begin. And there may be 4 points in that muscle that we need to address in order to help this headache. So what I would do is go ahead and pinch that spot so gently that you barely feel the pressure, and you're just going to start moving the skin over that point. So we're no longer pinching, we are just moving the skin, and this right here is 1 circle, 2, 3, 4. So we'll do 20 circles with just the skin level. Then we'll pinch the muscle just a little bit, and we'll move the muscle. Now, this is still not causing any pain at all. These nerves this muscle is innervated by the accessory nerve, which is 80% sensory. So if we are just very kind and gentle to this muscle, it will respond, and it will bring us into ventral vagus function, which is where we want to be in social engagement. You know, when we have a headache, the last thing we want to do is talk to anyone else. We want to go shut the door, get in the quiet, in the dark. And this is trying to bring us back into social engagement when we're working on that ventral vagus function. Okay, so I've done about 20 circles of just moving the muscle this way, and now I'm going to go ahead and just reassess very gently. I'm just going to pinch again, and I'm going to notice that that is less tender. It doesn't hurt as much in that spot. So now I'm going to come down, and I'm going to find another spot that's also tender. And I found, so now I'm just going to move the skin. And again, I'm doing 20 skin level circles. I'm not moving the muscle. And even when I'm doing this for people, I will notice that I push too hard. So the rule of thumb is less is more. Just don't push as hard. with it. And then you're going to go, after you've done 20 skin level circles, pinch it a little bit more and do 20 muscle level circles. Now, if the pinch is uncomfortable or it's just in a spot where you really can't pinch, you can just use pressure, just push on it and then do the circles with just pushing. But you're pushing on the muscle level now, not the skin level, so you're going a little deeper. And this is all based on the work by Stanley Rosenberg, who is a craniosacral therapist, so he's very gentle with his craniosacral work. And so you can imagine this is how gentle I'd like you to be with this technique. Okay, so after you've done 20 skin level circles, 20 muscle level circles, we'll go ahead and reassess that point. And it actually does feel a lot better. So now we're gonna go a little bit lower. So there are 4 X's on this picture. So I come down a little bit lower and I can actually feel some tenderness here. So I'm just going to do skin level circles in this location. Now, here's what I would like, and I would really encourage you to do, is to go ahead and learn this when you don't have a headache. Because when you have a headache, your brain is stuck in a pain meeting and it cannot learn new skills. So when you're not having a headache, go ahead and try to learn this. And it actually may help you to bring you into that ventral vagus function more often, so we can prevent headaches this way as well. And also addressing these trigger points in these muscles before they get so bad that they cause the headache can be helpful as well. So it's really hard to address a headache in the middle of a headache. It's one of the hardest things. So this is a nice way to address it without when you're not even having a headache. So I would encourage you, I know your headache's kind of the cue to say, hey, let's do something about this, but I'd encourage you to try to do it before you get the headache. Okay, so now I've moved on to doing muscle level circles in that same spot. And I'm going to do 20 of them before I pinch that again to see if it got better, if it's gotten better there or not. So now it's been about 20, so now I can pinch that and I can tell you it definitely feels a lot better, and it's counterintuitive. So now we're going to the very lower part of that sternocleidomastoid muscle, and I can feel some tenderness. So I'm not going to pinch the muscle anymore and cause pain. I'm just going to move the skin over that muscle. Now, this is for a headache that would be located right across here, maybe down this way. Say the headache is not there. Say the headache is back this direction or back in the back of the neck, then that would be a different location for the circles that you would do. So you can refer to the diagram to see which location that the X's are in that you need to address. So as we push on it again, you can feel much better. And that is the technique. That's it. That's all there is to it. Do your basic, your salamander, twist and turn in all 3 directions, and then find your X's and address them with the simple circles. And then just wait for that pain to dissipate. And that is how we're going to address our migraines and also tension headaches.